bells will be ringing. The glad, glad news. Oh, what a Vlogmas we bring to you. Everyday vlogs, food and things to entertain you once again. Hey y'all. Alright, hold on, I'm trying to get my actual picture on here. If it'll let me. Hey Lady AK, hey River, hey Vanessa, hey Cheryl, hey Mark. It won't let me add the picture. It won't let me add it. All right. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna fix my food. The kids just ate. Hey, Italian Queen. I made Olive Garden Zuppa Toscana. I added some cheese tortellini, 4 cheese tortellini, and mushrooms into mine to make it more hearty. And the girls also had garlic knots. I'm not going to have any garlic knots. Hey, Real Deal Chick. All right, top it off with some Parmesan. Y'all see it? That's dinner, y'all. Hey, Nick. Thank you. All right. Let me say my grace, y'all. Gracious Father, thank you for the food and about to receive and nourishment by thy grace. Do pray. Amen. So the Zuppa Toscana, what's in it when you get it at the restaurant? It has bacon and Italian sausage. It has kale, potatoes, and then like chicken broth, and then heavy cream. I don't like kale, so I use baby spinach. And then I added the tortellini, and I add mushrooms. And then everything else is the same as the restaurant. Hey, Magdalene. Hey, Purple Butterfly. Oh, and there's onions and peppers in here too. There's actually one in the refrigerator, Simply. There's actually one in the refrigerator right now. Has everybody seen day 13 of the Christmas story? Simply posted hers today. She was day 13. If y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. Hey, Ralph. And I made this all in the Instant Pot, y'all. I cooked the bacon first, and then I cooked the Italian sausage. And then I put in the peppers and onions and stuff. Hold on. Hello? Yes, I know. Okay. Rayon was calling to tattle on Shaylin. Hey, Lisa. You need some hot broth soup. Cheryl, I think I made this in a video once already. Like last year. Hey, Leona. I think I made this in a video once. I think. If not, I will make it again and do a video of it. If I didn't make one, I will. Because it's getting ready to be winter. I'll be making soups. Mm. Hey, babe. Congratulations on your offness. I know last year I made that French onion soup. That was so good. I got to make that again too. Yeah, she did. This is really good. And I add the pasta and the mushrooms to make it more hearty. Because if I just make a plain old soup for Rayon, she want to know what's for dinner. She's like, okay, that was a cute little snack, but where's the food? So if I want to make soup, I got to beef it up. She had 2 bowls. She took one with her down to Papa's. So tomorrow morning, I'm actually off tomorrow. So I actually ended up off today because Shaylin woke up with a fever and a sore throat this morning. So I had to call in. So he moved my work today to Sunday. So tomorrow I'm going to do Careful Keith's red and green breakfast along with, okay, Italian Queen, along with Tosh Time's strawberry challenge. We're going to do those both combined together in the morning. Yeah, I went and I got some medicine, and I think that kind of helped, and she wasn't crying anymore. She started off crying. She was crying this morning. Yeah, Rayon woke her up at 6 o'clock. And Shaylin immediately woke me up at 6 o'clock crying. Mommy, I'm like, just go back to bed. Just go back to bed. You don't have to go to school. Just go back to bed. You can always tell when she's sick because her whole personality changes. Because y'all know she's very happy and bubbly and stuff all the time when she's sick. she's a whole different person. It's flying here. I made this one time and I put, oh, I think that's the last time I made it too. I think, was that last year? I used leftover turkey from Thanksgiving when I made this. So I put the Italian sausage in there, and then I put pieces of turkey in there. It was good though. And I used potato gnocchi instead of pasta when I made it that time. I think instead of the pasta and in place of pasta and potatoes, I just used the potato gnocchi and added the turkey. It was good. I'm getting full. Hey, Missy. You called me today? Yeah, I make it extra hearty. Y'all, I made this because she was eating this in her video. I was like, I'm going to have to make that for dinner. Because she was eating Zuppa Toscana at Olive Garden. I was like, now you know I'm going to have to eat that, right? I had to get a new phone, Mark. Because when I fell, I crushed my other one. And so it didn't pull all my contacts. And I think it's blocking all my calls because everybody's just going to voicemail, I guess, because I'll get voice messages, but I'm not getting any missed calls. I'm not getting anything. I don't know. Is the ringer off? Nope. Yeah, only call I have is Shaylin's school. But I'm going to have to deal with it, figure it out, and I got to pull up that. I had a spam blocker app. I need to re-download that to this phone because the old phone was shattered, so I couldn't wipe it and clean it or any of that stuff, you know, that you're supposed to do, you know, when you switch your phone because it was shattered. How am I going to do anything to it? It's not this phone, Edward. This phone is fine. This is brand new. It's my phone that's broken. Yeah, it doesn't have. It's not gonna do anything with the turning off and back on. It's got to do with the cloud, with the iCloud, and it's not pulling everything for whatever reason. Ooh, excuse me. I'm full. I don't know how Rayon ate 2 bowls. I ate half of mine. I don't know how she ate 2 bowls. I swear that girl can eat. Hey Tasha, how you doing, sis? I'll show you the food. I'm full. So I set it to the side. And Zuppa Toscana. It's got mushrooms in there and spinach. Italian sausage. Cheese, potatoes, and some 4 cheese tortellini. Even before my surgery, I couldn't eat as much as she does, Mark. I ain't never been able to eat as much as that girl can eat. Never. Never, never, never. Somebody's outside with an engine running. Yeah, I am tired. I am indeed. Because I've been up since she woke me up at 6. And then she was saying she was bored. And I was like, well, lay down and watch TV or get on the Xbox. And she's like, I'll come over there. And I'm like, well, you'll be more bored here. The Xbox is over there. And she came over here. There go them dang raccoons or whatever it is out there. Can't be a possum because they're getting up high by the window. Ain't no possum jump up on the window ledge. There's nothing out there. Now that cat can though. I can't believe that cat is in my roof though. Mark, I just knew she was going to come in here and be laying on me, but she actually didn't. She didn't come in here and lay on me. She came and got a couple hugs, but she didn't come in here and lay on me. I think she was also trying to make sure I didn't go to work. I think that was the other thing. She wanted to make sure I didn't go to work. Yeah, eventually she will. It's not rodeo time. Don't start that. Oh, she forgot to take some of her hauls with her. I gotta remember to take the either sausage or bacon out of the freezer. I remember that when I get off of here. Take either some sausage or bacon out of the freezer with tomato. So I'm gonna make red and green waffles and green eggs, which is gonna be eggs with spinach in it. I'm not putting dye in any eggs. And I can't really do the grits or the because Rayon likes grits. Shaylin doesn't like grits. Shaylin likes cream of wheat, malted meal, and oatmeal. Rayon don't eat any of those. And I'm not making 2 separate pots of anything. So I can't do the hot cereal. Because they're not going to agree. Tea. My sweet tea. My sweet tea. And I was fixing the tea this morning. And I put it in the pot. And then when she came in here, I forgot the tea. I completely forgot I had tea going. And that tea probably boiled for a good hour. Not really boiled, but it's steeped for a good hour. It was in there. It got good and condensed, good and strong. And this tea is so good, y'all. But when I was growing up, my granny always forgot her tea. She always forgot that she put the tea on the stove. And it would always overcook. Hey, Gloria. Yeah, mine is more ice than tea. I pack my cup full of Sonic ice. And then I pour tea on top. And then I put more ice in there where the tea pushes the ice down. Yes, it's mainly ice. It is. Because nothing's cold enough for me. But yeah, she'd always put her tea on the stove and then forget. My granny's tea, it could have boiled or steeped. Not actually boiling, because it would actually boil away if it was on a boil. But it would steep for an hour. It might steep for an hour and a half. Until whenever she finally walked back into the kitchen and said, "Oh, my tea." But that tea was always so good. So that's always when my tea is the best, when I forget about it. If I forget it, that's when it's good. It's all extra dark. That's the good tea. Hold on, I took a picture. Y'all see how dark that tea is? That tea is strong. That's some strong tea, y'all. That's going to be the thumbnail for this live whenever it lets me put it on there. My granny used to have a thing about weak tea. Weak tea and weak coffee, because my granny drank tea and coffee. She was a both drinker. But either one of them, if they were weak, she called them squirrel pea. She didn't want no squirrel pea. And what I made this morning was definitely not squirrel pea. Hey, Prime. Out. My brother sent me a message today talking about we need to pick a day of the week to agree on to have dinner together every week. He's like, we need to start seeing each other at least once a week, every week. I'm serious. I'm like, okay, pick a day. Pick a day. We can do it. My brother is a whole story time, y'all. My brother was born when I was 12. After my dad went to prison. In fact, like 9 months after my dad went to prison, my brother was born. And we didn't know he was coming. My granny knew, but she didn't tell anybody because my dad's girlfriend had actually told her. My granny didn't tell anybody. So when my brother was born, I just came home to school one day and I walked in the house, and on the dining room table, there was a picture of a newborn baby boy with a blue shirt on that had the name of the hospital on it. And I just kind of walked in there and I just kind of looked down. And I'm like, oh. And when I look at the baby's face, and I was like, oh, that looked like me. I was like, okay, I guess I got a brother, and I just went on about my business. I ain't say nothing, And later on, when it was time to eat dinner and I came back in there, and my granny was like, so did you see the picture? And I said, uh-huh. You know who that is? And I said, my brother. And she said, yeah. No, I haven't had her flower. I have not. Boss Lady Lexi had it. And DC Kool-Aid and Lisa. They both met her in person, was able to get some. I ain't been to Virginia. But yeah, that was how I found out I had a brother. And then his mom actually took him away. Like, she ran off with him when he was a little over a year old. I got to see him when he was about 7, 8 months old. We came up to Oklahoma, and then I got him and took him to visit my dad in prison. I was 12, like I said. Might have been 13 by that time. But took him to see my dad in prison. And then I went back home to Houston. And then she vanished with him. And we did not see my brother again until 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I was living in East Texas. And my dad called me one day crying. Chief, I need you to find my son. Find my son, Chief. I need you to find my son. You got to find me my son. I need my son. Find me my son, Chief. And I'm like, okay, Daddy. You ordered it. So I got off the phone with him, and I got on the internet, and I got on Facebook, and I started typing his name. And she had actually changed the spelling of his name, or she gave us a different spelling of his name, because his name is Caleb, but we always thought his name was C-A-L-E-B. And so I was typing, you know, C-A-L-E-B, and then the rest of his name that I knew his name of, and nothing would come up, couldn't get anything. And I finally was sitting there, and I was like, what was her older son's name? Because she had a son already before she ever had my brother. She had a son that when my brother was born, I think her son was about 7 or 8. Because when I was when my dad first met her, that son was a baby, and I used to like keep him while they went out and got high or whatever they wanted to go do, and I'd sit there with the baby. And so I was like, what was his name? What was his name? What was his name? And it finally dawned on me what his name was. And so I searched his name on Facebook, and he popped up. And so when I searched his name on Facebook and he popped up, then I clicked on family, and bam, there was my brother. But his name was spelled K-A-L-U-B. And so I sent my brother a message, a private message. But then I sent his brother a message and said, hey, this is Leilani, Caleb's sister. I just sent him a message. Can you tell him to check it? You know, our dad wants to meet him. You know, we're trying to find him. And his brother actually immediately, as soon as he saw my message, immediately called him and was like, your sister just messaged me on Facebook. She's in your inbox. Go check. And apparently my brother, he didn't even know that his mom's husband wasn't his dad. His mom had actually gotten married, you know, later on. And he thought that was his dad for a long time, until I think he was like 12 or 13, I think. He thought that guy was his father. He didn't know. She never told him. And I don't remember how he said he found out. But for one, he's way bigger than everybody. He's bigger than that dude. He's bigger than her. You know, he wasn't looking like any of them really, you know, although the man he's an African guy, so he is a black man. But other than, you know, the fact that he was mixed, you know, he just wasn't looking like them. And he's like, and so she had told him lots and lots of scary stories about my dad. She like gave him all the bad information. Because I've told y'all before, my dad was a drug addict. My dad was a drug dealer. My dad was like the first kingpin here in Oklahoma. My dad was, yeah, my dad was my dad. But she gave him like all the bad information. Like she didn't say any of the good stuff. Hey, Cho. She didn't give him any of the good information. It was just all the scary information to make him not, you know, want anything to do with them. And so when, you know, he, you know, came to his inbox and saw my message and contacted me, then he was like, well, I really want to meet you. I don't know about Dad. I've heard some stories and I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. Apparently one day when he was, I think like 18 or so, him and his mom were in Home Depot here in this city, because apparently they lived right here in this city. Like he'd been living here since he was like 15 or 16 years old. in the same city as my papa and my dad, and they didn't know it. Like within 4 blocks. But they were actually in Home Depot one day, and she saw my dad like on another aisle, and she told my brother, your dad is on that aisle over there if you want to go meet him. And my brother ran out of the store because he was scared. And so they didn't meet. So when I talked to him, it was actually January 30th. 2011. Yeah, it was January 30th, 2011. No, January 29th, 2011. And he was like, you know, I'd like to meet you. I don't know about Dad yet. You know, if I can meet you, then we can talk, and then I can decide, you know, if I want to go meet him. And so I was like, okay, I'll come up to Oklahoma, because like I said, I lived in Texas, y'all. So me and my ex-boyfriend, well, I drove by myself, but my ex-boyfriend was a trucker at that time, and he was on his way to Oklahoma. And so I drove to Oklahoma to where he came in on his truck, and then me and him drove from where he was over to meet my brother here in Midwest City. And we met him, and we met, at that time, his fiance. It's his wife now, but at that time they were still fiance, but they had been boyfriend and girlfriend since, I think, junior high. And so we went over there and we sat and we talked, and, you know, I told him about, you know, both sides of my dad, the bad stuff and the good stuff, you know, and he was like, okay, I think I want to meet him. And so I was like, okay. So I called my dad and I said, Dad, no, I didn't call him. I think we waited until we got on the porch, and we were knocking on the door, and nobody was coming to the door. Ringing doorbell, knocking on the door, nobody's coming to the door. So then I called, and when I called, my dad was like, what's up? And I'm like, open the door. He's like, you at the door? And I'm like, yeah, open the door. And he's like, you got my son? And I'm like, yeah, open the door. And so he finally opens the door, you know, and he's looking, you know, his eyes are real big, like, you know, because he knew he just called me, you know, 2 days before, you know, find my son. And so he opened the door, and my brother is literally just a less melanated version of my father. Like, they look exactly the same height, same size. They're 2 big dudes. They sound the same. They look like the same dude, honestly. And so they're looking at each other, and, you know, and I'm like, you know, if at any point, at any time, they live within 4 blocks of each other. If at any point, at any time, they could have just actually crossed paths, there's no way they would not have stopped and been like, Dad, son. They've been living within 4 blocks of each other for years. Like, just crazy. And so we came, you know, in, sat down, you know, chit chat, and left. Left. I went to a hotel to sleep, because I had to go back to Texas the next day. So I headed back to Texas. This is now New Year's Eve. This is December 31st at this point, because it was December 30th when I came and introduced them. So December 31st, I'm driving back to Texas. My brother and his fiance, they come back to my dad's house and they have a whole barbecue. They spend New Year's Eve wishing in, you know, ringing in the year together while I'm in a car driving. I'm on my way back to Texas. And so after that, they were just hanging out together all the time. They were over here, you know, every other day barbecuing or whatever, just hanging out and having a good chit chat and, you know, being two of the extremely same peas in a pod together. Like, but that was how we found my brother. And so I'm not quite as pea poddish as those two, because they got more of the wildness than me. I'm more boring. So, you know, he'd hang out more with Dad and he was going to hang out with me because I'm the boring one. I wasn't doing anything. I'm just doing the, you know, normal. I'm a cook. We can eat, watch a movie, chit chat, play a game, something like that. That, you know, it's me. I'm pretty tame. I'm kind of boring. You know, my dad was loud, hollering and screaming, you know, being crazy, breaking things, drinking and smoking. Yeah, I'm boring. I don't do all that. So that wasn't, you know, an interest. My brother is now married. He now has 2 children. He's trying to bring himself down to, you know, a more normal, settled person. So now he's trying to, you know, spend more time with me and spend more time with his nieces and stuff like that. And so that's why he's like, we need to spend, like, we need to do at least once a week. We need to, like, be together. We do. Hey, Faye. Let me see if I can find y'all. I see a picture of my knee replacement. I go to Facebook. I have a lot of pictures, y'all. Dang, I think it'd be faster to re-download the app and find the picture. Remember I told y'all that when Rayon was like 8 or 9 years old, she drew a picture of Michael Jackson? That's when she was like 8 years old. Asia. Yep, that's the picture, Prime. That's exactly what she was drawing. Went through all that and still didn't find it. And there's one. Hard to see in that picture. Hey, Lexi. There we go. This is the day that I introduced them. December 31st, 2011. You're making the rigatoni? Y'all are going to love it. Y'all are going to love it. You know, see Rayon when she was like a week old. See my itty bitty. That's about 20 minutes after Shaylin was born. That's immediately after she was born. Come on, Blair. There you go. That's us in the church bathroom. This was my granny, y'all. That's who I talk about all the time. That's who raised me. And I told y'all she wore rings on every finger. She wore rings on every finger. Yeah. Rayon's first Easter. I built this whole little display in the living room to take her picture. And I just snapped pictures as she moved. That was the first picture. With my whole little setup with the eggs and the Easter bunny. That was the first picture. And then she started moving. I just got her as she moved. That's when she got her ears pierced. She was not happy. That's the day she was born. That's when she looked like her daddy. She had her daddy's whole face when she came out. She had his whole face. But mine started kicking in within about a week. Those Creole genes are strong. They said, nope. That's when she was my little turkey in the ballet tap recital. That's my kid. That's Rayon. I never had tights and socks on. I had one or the other. I either had on the ruffle socks or I had on the stockings with the dots up the back. This is Rayon. She was a turkey in the dance recital. That was Rayon. These are all I'm showing you all pictures of Rayon. That was Rayon as a baby. Those are Rayon. Those are all Rayon. But this is Rayon. One's Rayon and one is Shaylin. One's Rayon, one's Shaylin. Those pictures are taken 4 years and 2 days apart. They're wearing the same outfit. The top one's Rayon, the bottom one is Shaylin. They are at my papa's house. Somebody just commented on a picture from 6 years ago. Rayon kissing my belly when I was pregnant with Shayla. This was my Shayla. She was a mean mugging little baby. Always mean mugging. And this was at my mom's house. We went to visit before Thanksgiving. I was trapped. I had Rayon on one side and Shaylin on the other side. You know, Rayon and Shaylin meeting. Yep, now she's always smiling. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Sing it. Soft kitty, kitty, little ball. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Yay. Yay. Mama, come look at the God. Mama, come look at God. That was her every Sunday. I'm sleepy. But today is Friday and we got to go twerk something in DC Kool-Aid and Lisa's stream. Whew. So a reminder, if y'all did not go watch the day 13 of the Christmas story, it was done by Simply Simone. Go check out hers. Tomorrow is Shoot, I can't think of her name. Starts with a K. I'm too sleepy. I'm too sleepy. I went blank. KM. I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name. Hey, River. Yep, I'm getting ready to get off. Because before DC Kool-Aid and Lisa go live, I need to go and take sausage out of the freezer for breakfast tomorrow. No, not Chris and Kay. No, the day 14 person is hold on. Nasha Nasha space May May. That's who's tomorrow. She's gonna be day 14. Nasha May. Today was Simply K Simone. Today was Simply K Simone. And why did it unsubscribe me? And tomorrow's Nasha May. This is Nasha May, y'all. She's going to be day 14. There it goes. She's going to be day 14. So if you haven't seen today's, go over to Simply K Simone and watch today's. And it was hilarious, y'all. It was so funny. So you can be ready for Nasha May's tomorrow. I'm so sleepy. That's what a sick kid gets you. They wake you up at 6 a.m. and then throw you all off. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be having breakfast in the morning. Well, I'm not going to promise morning because I don't know what time the kids are actually going to finally get up. But because it might be a brunch. But we'll be doing the Careful Keith red and green breakfast along with Tosh Time's strawberry challenge all tomorrow morning / afternoon whenever they're up and ready. And yeah, I'll probably try to record some to tomorrow too, since I'm actually off and the kids have nothing to do. We'll try and knock out some of these other videos that we got coming up for Vlogmas. So yeah, we will see y'all tomorrow. Or if y'all gonna stay up, see you on DC Kool-Aid and Lisa stream in a little bit, in about, I think about 10 minutes. Don't she come on at 10 o'clock her time? Because it's gonna be 9 o'clock here, so I think she goes live about 10 o'clock. So just a few minutes, go over DC Kool-Aid and Lisa for Twerk Something Friday. I'm gonna run into the kitchen, take the soup in there, and get this sausage out. I gotta remember to get the sausage out. One he did today. What did he do today? The peanut butter? I'm not doing that peanut butter, no. No, I won't be doing peanut butter. No, he challenged us to do the red and green breakfast. A red and green breakfast. That's what he challenged us to do. And then Tosh wants us to do the strawberries. So we're going to do a combination of those in the morning. We're going to put those two together. Because strawberries are red. Yeah, he challenged Rico. He didn't challenge me to peanut butter. He didn't challenge me to peanut butter. He already knew I couldn't eat no cup of peanut butter, no way. I couldn't eat a cup of peanut butter with nothing in it. That wasn't happening. Number one, it's too much sugar. Number two, it's too much dang peanut butter. Nope. Okay, y'all. Let me get off of here so I can go put this stuff up before DC goes live. I will see y'all over there if you're going to come over to DC Kool-Aid and Lisa's. Twerk Something Friday, y'all. And if not, I will see y'all in the morning / afternoon whenever the girls are up and ready. We will be doing the red and green breakfast along with the strawberry challenge. So I'll see y'all then. Y'all come back now, yeah? I know. It's not rodeo time. Why does it sound like they slid down? What did they just do? They're still in there.